It's Monday, March 29th, and let's talk about the Suez Canal. You're listening to Fight Knows About Everything, a Night Shift Radio original. For more information, visit nightshiftradio.com. Hello everyone, I'm Michael Fight, and today we're going to talk about the Evergreen. So this has been the story for the past week. There has been tons of jokes and memes about this, but this is actually a really big deal as it's causing tons of shipping delays worldwide, outside of the fact of the millions and millions of dollars that are being spent and man hours being spent to essentially unstick this gigantic boat. So let's go into it a little bit. So this is now, as of today, this is now about a week since this giant vessel, the Evergreen, has been stuck. So it is the Ever Given. The Ever Given is actually one of the largest cargo ships in the world. So this is a really big deal. It is basically 985. The canal is 985 feet wide near the Egyptian city of Suez. The Suez Canal is a very popular passageway for a lot of ships that kind of basically head through, so they don't have to go all the way down under Africa and up. They can kind of skip through the middle or through the top to get up and out. And this is, one of those faster trade routes that has been established for, hundreds of years. But so the Ever Given is about 200,000 metric tons and nearly a quarter mile long. This thing is huge, a quarter mile long, this giant boat. So essentially what happened was, as it was trying to pass through a series of unfortunate events in terms of low tide and stuff like that, basically got the ship to turn sideways, and eventually both the front and back of the boat, of the ship, I should say, got stuck in the mud, and it has now wedged itself lengthwise across the Suez Canal. Of course, there's been tons of photos and videos, of people digging out basically pathways to get it so that the ship can in fact turn to free itself. But this is a really big deal. This has been happening for like I said, a week now. Very coincidentally, though, over the past 2 days, because of a full moon, there is high tides known as King's tides that are actually raising the water level, which is basically going to lift the boat up and turn it around a little bit, so to give it a little more of an edge to kind of float the boat high, or float the ship higher, and then slightly turn it so that way it can get back on its path. And this is blocking hundreds and hundreds of ships. Like this is delaying so many different things that we're seeing people being very affected by this worldwide, not only here in America, as a lot of things that are being shipped over from Europe or in that area over to us that are going by boat, but we're also seeing the other way, like it is affecting people to this. So this is a Japanese owned ship, and it is just straight up stuck. So a little history on the Suez Canal. The canal is operated by Egypt through its state-owned Suez Canal Authority. It's about 120 miles long, and it's a shipping link between the Mediterranean and Red Seas, carrying about 13% of world trade. 13% of the entire world's trade goes through this line. So this is big. So basically, every day that this ship has been stuck is costing global trade anywhere between $6 and $10 billion. $6 and $10 billion. In the U.S., this could basically stop our global chain pretty badly. Like this is going to delay things by weeks. So there's a lot of things that are actually going to end up weak, because even after this ship gets unstuck, there's still going to be the whole idea of like, now everything that's been backed up now has to ship it back through, and then it's just it's basically we just lost several weeks worth of shipping times in this. So this is pretty crazy, and it is estimated that the closure could affect oil and gas shipments heading north to Europe and elsewhere in the Middle East. Syria has already begun rationing fuel amid concerns of delays in shipments. Some shipping companies have already redirected their vessels all the way around Africa. But just as a reminder, Africa is huge. Africa is bigger than the United States. It is huge. It is a ginormous continent. So this will still add, tons of time onto shipping and stuff like that, even though they get, through, and it will be helpful. It'll kind of, mitigate some of that backup. But at the same time, it is still going to cause delays across all of this. So as it's heading through right now, they're saying that the initial investigations ruled out any mechanical or engine failure. That they think that it's a mixture of high winds and maybe a sandstorm that kind of pushed the ship sideways that caused the bow to basically get stuck in the ground. So far, no one has been injured from this event, and all of the crew has been removed from the ship. So once everything gets done, the ship will get unstuck, it'll reach its destination, and then it'll go under a full investigation to figure out, one, what damage to the ship has been done, because again, it's been wedged, so there will be some bending and warping. But other than that, they'll conduct a full investigation to figure this out. Now, this is, kind of just one of those like perfect storm of events where just a whole bunch of things went wrong, but it has become probably one of the most comedic instances. Tons of people have been commenting on the fact that the ship is stuck. We've seen lots of different memes, but I think probably my favorite thing that came out of this is Mitch McConnell being like, hey, you know what? Somebody who is better at blocking billions of dollars worth of needed things better than me. So hats off to you. So Mitch McConnell, showing respect where respect is due. I appreciate that from him. That was a joke, of course. He blocks important things. But anyways, so this is a crazy story. If you guys have any more information, if you have awesome dank memes from this, send them my way. Please hit me up on Twitter at twitter.com/TheMichaelFight. You can find me there. I absolutely want to see all of your Suez Canal memes. And of course, if you're watching over on YouTube, thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new episodes drop. I normally have episodes every Monday, Wednesday, with a weekly recap on Friday. However, I am actually moving this week, so you may not have a brand new episode this Wednesday, and I will try to do a weekly recap on Friday. So just as a heads up, full disclosure, you may not have an episode on Wednesday, but we'll see how moving goes. But other than that, again, for those of you listening on your podcast player of choice, thanks a lot for listening. I super appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're listening over on Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and review, no matter what it is. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And that is how the podcast gets discovered. So thanks a lot for joining me, everyone, and we will see you on next time.